Get in, loser. We're going to Miami. Twice. So this is the very first time I ever stayed at a hostel. It was actually the most wonderful experience as a first time. This is just showing you kind of what the bathroom looks like. And just kind of showing you what the hostel overall looks like. You'll see the entrance door. Oh, you can't see it, but it's over in the corner. Here are all of our bunk beds, air conditioner. It's very basic. It's very standard living requirements. Now, y'all know it wouldn't be a Taj Factor vlog if I didn't put some food on there. Like, y'all know I love to eat. So, please, when you travel, eat like a king or eat like a queen. Of course, you know, don't OD your budget, but treat yourself well. So there's me looking all cute and stuff, but I am in Wynwood. So this is the art district in Miami. It is very beautiful, good vibes. Great food. They have a couple little picnic spots around the area, so definitely go to Wynwood if you are ever in Miami. So this is me walking down. It's probably Ocean Drive. I'm pretty sure this was Ocean, somewhere in the area. You see all types of interesting things. There was even a drag show, and guess what, honey? She was doing Tina. Wait for it. I had to go to the Heat game. This was way back, so yeah, Wade was there. It was a wonderful game. They actually ended up winning that one. And I have not been back to a Heat game or an NBA game in general, but I definitely will go back. Now, excuse me for a moment while I pop my shit. Hello. I really don't care for that lip. But the ponytail was popping, okay?
How sweet the sound, say it around like me. I need some water.
So I have no idea what club this was, but honey, she was feeling herself very much. And no matter what day of the week it is, it's going up, period. And that's pretty much a wrap for trip number 1. So let's get into it. For this takeoff flight, I flew out from my hometown, but I did have to make a connection in Atlanta. My first stop was this beautiful rooftop spot. Y'all, don't hate me, but I forgot the name of it. But it had the most beautiful view. Like, wow. And there's my food. Listen, don't get on my head. It was fire. Get into the generator, honey. I don't know if I mentioned it, but the first hostel that I showed was Rock Hostel. The generator, honey, she was like double the price, but look at her. It's just beautiful. So I'm gonna just be quiet and let you look around. And y'all, I apologize that it's all dark, but this is the little lounge area, so it didn't have great lighting. That's where you can kind of do your work at. So here is my room at the generator. I only stayed with 3 other girls this time, so that was a cool little change. Here you kind of see what the room looks like. There's our bathroom, and I think I got a little more detail of the outside space, but little bathroom, separate toilet. It was cool for what it was, you know. And then there's me heading to the beach. This time, the main reason I went to Miami was to use it as a getaway. Like, usually when I go on vacation, it's just like, oh, I just need a change of scenery. Like, I really needed to get away this time. So that's what I was intentional about doing. I was very intentional about doing my spiritual practice, my journaling, my yoga, making sure that I pray, and that I just release things that I've been holding on to for so long. It's so important, y'all. So important to get away. When you feel like enough is enough, even if you just take a little day road trip somewhere, go get away, process, and when you're ready to heal, you're really ready to release, go to the ocean. Just trust me. Go to the ocean, talk to God in the ocean, and leave it all there. Y'all know it wouldn't be right if I didn't get one in on the beach. And of course, I met some girls at the hostel. We still talk now. We had a little photo shoot. Here was me. One of them brought her ring light or her tripod, and I forgot mine. So, you know, here I am, me and my forehead just busting, coming through. That's all we know how to do. The one thing I really wanted to do before I left Miami was go on jet skis. So me and my homegirl from the hostel, we rode bikes. It was about maybe a 15 to 20 minute bike ride over to this hotel for jet ski time. Y'all, I was so excited. This is the beautiful hotel we were at. And there's me. Y'all, was going like 70. And this is what happens when you try to hold yourself onto a jet ski you don't want to fall off of. And you're going 70 with the waves, you know, but it was totally worth it. So my last night in Miami, I had to get a seafood boil. I hadn't had a seafood boil in so long. Oh my gosh. And it was so fresh, y'all. It was delicioso. And of course, I shared a little bit of it. Then we just played Jenga and we just kind of hung out on the patio area until people got sleepy. But I wasn't even mad at it because there's my homegirl. I love her, y'all. The next morning, I woke up early before my flight and went to this cute little coffee spot. I ain't gonna say the name of it, but just know that it's, yeah, popular. And there's me just giving thanks. Always gotta give thanks. And that, my friends, is how you do Miami. Down, simmer down. Everybody have a seat. No. Welcome back to the Taj Factor. How y'all been? I hope y'all have been wonderful. So the main reason I made this, well, first, let's just commemorate. This is my first travel vlog ever. So the first of many. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's get into it. Hostel questions that need answers. First question, how many people do you room with? So you can room with anywhere, I think the lowest number is 2, all the way up to like 10 million people. So no, no, just kidding. So the highest I saw when I was looking for the generator was like 10 people. The price varies depending on how many people you stay with, because the rooms that have more people in them, they have less demand because people don't want to stay with that many strangers. So the price is going to be cheaper and vice versa. So it can vary. You do get to choose up front. It's not a surprise when you get there. So you can, like, I booked the generator for, it was like, it said 4-bed female dorm or something like that. Oh, and that brings me to a point. There are co-ed rooms and hostels. However, I will never stay in a co-ed room because obvious reasons. Like, that's just putting yourself in a compromising situation as a woman especially. So just be careful and be mindful of that. But I always book just female dorms straight out. Next question, is it scary? No, it's not scary. So people, when I came back the first time staying at a hostel and I told them, they're like, have you seen the movie The Hostel? And I'm like, no, and I'm never gonna watch the movie because I don't want to scare myself, because I'm gonna continue to stay at hostels throughout my life. Honestly, no matter how wealthy I get, like, I just want to do it because it's always a great experience. So we'll get there. Is it scary? No, it is not scary. Has anyone ever stolen anything from me? No. So you couldn't see it very well on the videos, but underneath the bunk beds, each of you will have your space to where you can lock up your luggage. And at the Rock Hostel, they even had those cute little safes. You can type in the code and boom, you open it up. The first time I stayed at a hostel, I was there for work and I stayed over the weekend. Like they put us in a hotel for work, and then over the weekend, they're like, you're welcome to stay, because I had to work the following week, but they weren't going to pay for our lodging. So I was like, let me find a hostel real quick, honey. Found Rock Hostel right off of Collins. It was perfect. So I had to lock up my work laptop in the safe and I had no issues, none whatsoever. So that has not been an issue for me. Travel tip for hostels: whenever you go to stay at a hostel, always bring a lock with you. Never just go and not have a lock because you won't be able to lock up your stuff. You can always go buy one, or you can see if they have one that you can rent. But I prefer to just bring my either combination lock or my lock and key. I would say bring a combination lock, and make sure that you put the code somewhere in your phone, maybe like in your notepad or something, so that you won't lose track of it no matter how turned you get. Because let's be real, you going to Miami, you're going to be turned, honey. So put your combination lock on your luggage thingy, and then put that code in your phone as soon as you lock it up. Is it dirty? No. It's not dirty. Not in my experience. However, there's a caveat to that, right? It depends on who you stay with, who you room with, because everybody is not, everybody wasn't raised the same. I'll put it that way. So it just depends. But generally, as the facilities themselves, I will give this to the Rock Hostel over the Generator. They were very good about the upkeep. So they stayed in the rooms cleaning up. I mean, not like all day long, but throughout the day, you can notice that they came to straighten up. They would come pick up your dirty towels off the floor, bring you fresh towels, make sure that you had your soap and everything was just in order, make sure the trashes were empty. At the Generator though, they cleaned every day and it was not dirty. However, they didn't clean as often as the Rock Hostel does. Or did when I was there. This was a couple years ago at the Rock Hostel. So I don't know what it's like now. And of course, these things may change by the time you visit. So don't hold me responsible, okay? Always bring you some Clorox wipes or some kind of disinfectant stuff to clean with. When I get to any new place, even when I move into a new house or anything, first thing I do, I clean everything, honey, and I pray because Lord, you gotta stay prayed up out here. But I cleanse the space. And I cleanse the space. You feel me? What's the best thing about staying at a hostel? The best thing's definitely the price point. It's very cheap. So the Rock Hostel, I paid like 30 something a night. In the Generator, I paid like 70 something. As you can see, there's a big difference in between the amenities. So you get what you pay for, kind of, sort of. It just depends on what you're looking for, how soon or how close to your trip you're booking, because of course that's gonna play a big role in how much you pay. What is the worst thing about staying at a hostel? The worst thing I would say is the fact that you're staying with strangers. But I will say that at the same time, that's one of the best things about it, because it's so amazing getting to meet people from all over the world that you never would have had conversations with, never would have ran into. So I've had roommates that were from Bolivia, El Salvador, I forgot this other girl. She was so pretty too, and it was her birthday. So we celebrated her birthday, but I forgot where she was from. I don't remember her name, but that's just kind of how it is. You just meet so many great people. The vibes are amazing. So it's the best and worst thing because, like I said, you just never know who these people are. But if you pick up on vibes and you know when you're safe and when you're not safe, it's nothing to really freak out about. You'll be fine. And the good definitely outweighs the bad. The food. Some hostels have food, some hostels don't have food. A lot of these things are going to vary depending on which hostel you're staying at, of course. The scenery. As y'all see, the Generator is beautiful. They decorated that place to a T, honey. They did have a lot of cool art up at the Generator. At the Rock Hostel, on the walls, they had John Lennon and some other people painted along the room hallway. It was pretty cool. So usually hostels have some cute stuff to look at. So next thing is amenities. So as you see, it's gonna depend on where you're staying at. The Generator had a pool. I did not swim in a pool. I only swim in the ocean. I prefer the ocean to chlorine. Some places do your laundry, and this is a tip. If you're staying at a hostel, you don't know anything about the city, but you kind of have an idea of the kind of things you're looking to do, go to the front desk and ask the person that's staying there or that's working there kind of what they recommend, and they will get you right every single time. They know the hot spots to like go hang out at, to go out, to go eat. They know activities and all the things. So if you're kind of lost and you can't figure out what you want to do and you didn't really plan a lot ahead of time, go ahead and just ask them for some suggestions and be open-minded. Transportation. So location and transportation go kind of hand in hand. It matters a lot. Wherever you're booking, whenever you're booking, have your activities in mind, kind of. So if you're a beach babe like me and you like to wake up, first thing you go to the beach before you start your day, make sure that you're staying somewhere within either walking or biking distance. So some hostels, like the Generator, had bikes that we rented, which y'all saw, and other places don't, but there are always city bikes. And then we had a bus line that ran straight up and down the block we were staying on, that it was free, completely free. You just had to wear your mask and you couldn't like eat or drink on there. And it went all day long. So that's for transportation. You can also do the scooters. And then the last resort is rideshare services, because when you're in big cities like Miami, they're going to charge you an arm, a leg, and a toenail for like going down the street. And it's just not worth it to me. It depends on what you're comfortable with. I grew up kind of riding the metro, so it doesn't bother me at all. And I kind of enjoy it. It's just chill. You just get to ride and walk, you know, whatever. But our hostels, both times, my hostel was walking distance from the beach. I could literally walk out, walk 2 blocks down, boom. I'm at the beach, baby. So that's what I like. Keep that in mind. Do I recommend hostels 120%? I recommend you stay at a hostel at least once in your life. However, it is not for everybody, right? If you are the type of person who is not keen on being in the room sleeping with strangers next to you, not sleeping with strangers, because you know what I meant. If you're not too big on that, it's not for you. If you are easily angered by people leaving their things out, or just they might scoot your stuff over a little bit, but I've never even had anybody touch anything. Like literally, I don't leave out much. I'll lock up most of my things, especially like, yeah, I don't know if I mentioned that, but like toiletries, things that I'm cleaning my body with, I keep those. Those are just one person use. So I keep everything locked up, keep it private. If you're not very open-minded and adventurous, definitely don't stay at a hostel, because you will want a refund and you will not be happy, and you will be like, Taj Factor, what were you thinking, sis? Why would you suggest this? Listen, I didn't tell you to stay there. I told you not to go there because you don't even like people. Why would you go to a hostel? You don't like people and you don't like strangers. So it is definitely not for everybody. But if you are that type of person like me and you just love to go on little adventures and just experience different people, different ways of life, definitely stay at a hostel. It is actually more common for people to stay at hostels overseas. Like that was the first time I've really heard about it. And I just so happened to Google like hostels in Miami and found the ones that I found. So definitely I will stay again. I actually plan to use this as like the way that I travel, staying at hostels, because it's so cheap and it's so fun every single time. If I miss any questions that you still have about hostels, please put them in the comment box so I can answer them for you. My next video, or one of my next coming videos, I will say, will be about solo travelers. So if you have been thinking about taking a solo trip and you're kind of scared, or you don't know what to expect, or you just want to go into it kind of having some tips or some, you know, some helpful hints on how to travel safely and have a blast by yourself, I'm making a video soon, so just stay tuned for that. Other than that, that's all I have, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming back. If you gain value at all from my videos, hit the thumbs up, of course. I don't do haters on this channel, so if you came over here to just watch my videos and not support me, just don't watch my videos. Thank you. But if you support me, subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and bring a friend to watch the video with you next time, okay? Until next time, I love y'all. I wish y'all peace, blessings, abundance, joy, healing, all the good stuff. I hope that May and 2021 in general treats you well. Until next time, the Taj Factor signing out. Peace.